live?
We're live.
Oh, Brian.
We're back.
We're back, dude.
Episode 4?
Episode 4 between two bamboos.
Episode 4.
We're
We made it.
We're back
Still
on
letting
track.
us do it. A month in.
Month in, dude.
Still letting us do
Still
this.
have jobs.
Yeah.
Still have these.
I know.
Dude, still got a little Mikey on deck.
Yep.
And we've also got structure.
Yeah, now we have
topics to cover.
Yeah.
Which
See,
is
like that's what we were just kind of
fantastic.
existing.
We
early
were.
on, and now we have structure.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, it is like human. We just need structure.
We need structure.
It's just the human
Otherwise,
condition.
if you leave us to our own devices, if you let that
It's
candle
chaos.
rolling
We were
long enough,
we were hunter gatherers, and
Dude.
now we're kind of we started civilization society.
it was
Now
going to
we're
be Lord of the Flies
Yeah.
in here. If they didn't give us something to talk about.
It was.
Yeah, one or both of us would not be.
No.
No, we'd be reduced to our basis form. So,
So now we have structure.
in the spirit of structure, what are we talking about today, Brian?
So we're talking about some DTF supplies.
Oh.
We showed the great people, our great followers, that it's super easy to press.
Super
Right?
easy.
Last episode,
We broke it
we
down.
showed it on denim. We showed it on cotton, which, those are kind of just like polar opposites in terms of fabric,
Yes.
obviously. So we just showed like the process is kind of the same. Obviously, there's more things that go into it that can, enhance your press even better, make it
Mhm.
easier for you. And those are our DTF supplies. They're all available right on our website. We have anything from an alignment ruler, silicone press, the silicone covers, tape, literally anything that you would need to start up this DTF business, we offer you. And we also have heat presses too.
We do.
We do.
And they're phenomenal.
They are.
They're really nice.
They are very nice. They work
Mhm.
really well.
They do.
They get the job done, So yeah, we have literally everything on the site for you guys. So let's just start breaking them down one
Yeah,
by one.
dude, let's go. Let's
I
get
got a
into
whole
it.
treasure trove of supplies.
Yeah, dude.
We got tape.
Tape.
Dude,
Dude,
who
the
doesn't
heat
like
tape.
some tape?
Dude, this is special tape, though. dude.
Talk about it.
So
Tell
this
me.
right here, available on NinjaTransfers.com.
Yeah. You can get the holster and the
The holster, tape holster.
tape holster.
Tape
and
holster.
the tape. Or you can get them separately.
And this isn't just your regular old Scotch tape. This is your heat
Yes.
tape used specifically for if you're pressing patches, if you're pressing DTF transfers. It's great to basically apply it to the transfer, stick it to the shirt. So then that way, say you're doing a patch, you got to flip it over, or you're doing a hat with that curved area, or you just want to make sure when you're doing multiple transfers in one press, you want to make sure everything's held in place as you're adjusting everything. This is perfect for that. And of course, it's special tape, it's heat tape, so no tape residue
Right.
is going to be left behind. It's it's heat proof, so it's perfect for really anything that you're going to be doing with that. It's great if you're doing like left chest, you want to do this. See, you can just kind of stick it to yourself.
It sticks on the thing.
Sticks on the things, just
Right.
take it off. It's nice tape.
It's good tape.
It's good tape to have.
It is.
Especially like I said, if you're doing patches. I mean, it's good for DTF in certain areas. I don't really use it too much with that specifically,
Yeah.
unless I'm doing multiple locations in one press.
Right.
But if I'm doing patch on a hat, patch on a shirt where I got to flip it over, or on a beanie where I got to flip it over, hit it from the back, then you got you got to.
You didn't have to say that.
I say it every day.
Yeah, you're right.
People ask me how to press it, and I tell them.
Sometimes you just whisper in my ear and it
No,
freaks me
I
out.
don't do that.
It
I
freaks me
don't do
out.
that. I don't do that.
No, it freaks me out.
It does, and you're right, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, HR doesn't know yet, so it's fine.
Well, they will now.
Yeah. I don't know if they watch or
They
watch.
will now. They will now.
HR does not watch this.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they
say
have-
anything.
They have stuff to do,
Exactly. They have human resources to do.
to administer.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
So we've got the tape.
We're getting off topic here. The tape.
We're back on topic.
Yeah. Don't. Honestly, if you're pressing a full front or just one left chest, like I wouldn't even really waste your time using it
No.
because it's just going to kind of slow down your process a little bit. But if you are doing super intricate things where you're kind of layering designs and you have multiple transfers on one piece of garment, it makes a ton of sense. Sleeve prints makes a ton of sense. Same thing with hats, like you said, anything that's kind of a little bit more niche, like if you're doing like a bag or something, and you're putting one of our other supplies, a heat press, that kind of leads right in.
Yeah, let's
If
get
you're
into
putting
it.
a heat press pillow into there. You want to put some tape on. You want to keep it a little service. But we're talking about pillows, so let's check these out.
We got some pillows.
We have so many.
Oh my
Look
goodness.
at that. We got so many sizes.
Got the big size.
Different sizes. Yeah. So yeah, you got that one. We use that one for, right?
What do I use this one for,
Yeah.
dude? So I mean, I really don't use this one that often, to be honest. But if you're pressing on a larger surface area on a bulkier garment,
Right.
this is great to kind of just elevate that, especially like that denim jacket that we were, we were pressing on with the seams and stuff like that. If you're doing more like a winter coat or a parka thickness, something like that, it's great to kind of take those bulkier or more uneven surfaces, elevate them so they're making contact with the press and just kind of getting even heat and pressure across the whole surface.
Right.
Like I said, I don't use this one too much specifically, but you get everything in there in the pack that you order from us. So you get some of the smaller ones that I like. This one right here, I use a ton. If I'm doing either like a sleeve or a left chest, still more so in those bulkier garments where I need that little extra elevation. So then seams aren't getting in the way and kind of sealing some of the pressure.
Yeah.
Those are absolutely fantastic.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you saw when we were doing the denim, we kind of actually made like a makeshift.
Yeah, I folded the sleeve under
by just like propping up with its own material. But yeah, I mean, like especially if you're pressing something with like a zip down, full zip jacket, that's always huge, especially if you're doing a left chest, because like the zipper is just going to kind of interfere with the heat coming down and getting the required pressure and the required heat that it takes to get that transfer on there. So if you just put this, say you put it right on the left chest, look at that, raised surface. And that's how it works. It's simple math.
Yeah.
It's simple math.
It is indeed.
Does anybody have any questions about this yet? Are we explaining this?
Are we screaming into the void?
I think we are. No, I think we're just doing such a good job at explaining everything that no one has any questions. But let's start getting into the nitty-gritty stuff.
Let's see
Look at
that.
that. What do you think about that?
This right here. This is the holy grail.
Wait, hold on. Before I let you continue on, we totally forgot to tell people about our giveaway. I know. This is your job.
Oh, you're right. It's totally my job. So I'm going to interrupt your program for a quick plug.
Tell them
Please, if you're watching on Instagram, if you're watching on TikTok, please DM us that you kicked it with the Ninja to enter our giveaway. Say, I kicked it with the Ninja. Maybe say Ryan and Brian are so funny and handsome. If you want to add that, maybe that'll help your chances.
I'm the one that picks them.
He is. So
I will see.
You probably want to get in his good graces.
Sometimes our AI chatbot will pick it up, but
no.
This time I'm gonna look.
This time you're in the mix.
Yeah.
But 3 lucky people are entered to win a $25 Ninja Transfers gift card. So 3 lucky people are going to be winning by the end of the day. Keep an eye out in your DMs and your emails. We'll reach out to you if you're selected. But DM us on Instagram and TikTok. Leave a reply in the YouTube comment section there on the YouTube stream that you kicked it with the Ninja and Brian. Make sure you compliment him. Look how nice his beard looks today. Isn't that nice?
This is a good hair day.
It's a great hair day.
I washed my hair today.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know that thing? Like when you wash your hair?
When you wash your hair?
I don't do it every day.
You don't do it every day?
No.
I have to.
Yeah, you don't have long enough hair.
No, I don't.
It's going to look greasy.
I'm a greasy Italian piece of trash.
You're going to look gross.
So that doesn't help either.
You're going to look gross.
But what does help?
Yeah.
Every single day of my
that
natural born life.
Yeah, that's like this helps with everything.
This is a silicone upper platen cover. Yeah. This is great. If you tuned in last week, you saw it on the top platen of our heat press. Basically, you order this, it comes.
Can't forget about these.
You get the magnets in the mix, you magnet them to the heat press, and basically they're
really strong.
Some strong
magnets. No, they're not getting off.
Yeah, dude, I got them. There you go. Dude, I have one with the magnets.
You scared little Mikey.
Dude, little Mikey, it's time for him to grow up.
No.
We've coddled him for far too long.
Nah, dude. That's what every parent says. And then they grow up and then we're lost. Like, what if little Mikey, what if he moves out?
He's not going to move out.
We're not going to last. He's the thing that keeps us together.
It's keeping us together.
We're together for little Mikey.
It's true. You're definitely right about that.
I don't even like you, dude.
I've never liked you. Never once have I cared for you.
I'm doing this strictly for little Mikey.
It's true. You're right about that.
Go, explain.
But yes, like I was saying, upper platen cover. This is fantastic for, basically providing a layer of protection between the garment, the transfer, and the heat element of the heat press, the upper platen there. So you magnet it on there. If you are using it on the press, like we said last week, you're going to want to bump that temperature up like 20 to 30 degrees. So if you're usually at 320, you want to go to 340, maybe even 350. I know we were at 350 pressing on cotton and denim last week. But what it does is obviously it protects the garment. It kind of diffuses that heat a little bit. So you're not going to get scorch marks easily, even at that higher temperature. And then it also just has a really nice texture that it kind of imbues into the actual transfer itself on that second press.
Yeah.
So it softens it up, it removes the shine, so it gives you a nice matte finish. I'm more akin to a screen print than you'd find with most other direct-to-film transfers.
Makes it softer.
It makes it so much softer.
So soft.
So nice. And
So
it's also great if like you're having a rough day and you want to scream into something. You can scream into this.
People are going to hear you scream.
Yeah.
It's not going to muffle.
It's not going to muffle anything, but you know, the kind of smell of the silicone will
But
make
like
it a
if you
little bit.
can't see it, if you can't see them, they can't see you.
Exactly. It also makes you a little lightheaded, which is always nice.
Yeah.
It's always a nice little change of pace if you're having a rough day.
Yeah, that's true.
We got a comment from someone on YouTube. I need gang sheets, stickers, and now apparently Ninja pillows.
We got 'em.
What else do you recommend?
What else we recommend?
Honestly, I think the biggest, like, if you really are trying to do this whole DTF thing, I think that is one of the most important things. Obviously, you need to get.
I think it's this one, and I think, of course, you need to heat press. I think it's this.
Yes.
Really,
Oh,
Brian.
what do you get?
We might as well just jump
What
right
are you
into
doing?
it. The alignment ruler set.
Oh yes, that is a good one.
The alignment ruler
That
set.
is a good one.
This right here.
You know, I heard we apparently give these out for free now.
We do.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
You're lying.
that one.
Oh, not this one.
No, but we
This
do.
one's nice.
Yeah. That's something that people don't know about.
People don't know about that.
Yeah.
And you're telling them.
Yeah, I'm just exposing.
You're a good Samaritan.
I'm exposing people.
This right here is the key to everything. Right here.
Yeah.
So whether you're a veteran in the industry, whether you're just getting started, this is great. Basically, as you line it up the collar of the shirt here, gives you positioning for the left chest, right chest, just making sure that you have everything set up even across a full order.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I use every time I press, and really, just make sure you take it off the shirt before you drop the heat press down.
That's one
We've
thing.
had a couple people do that.
Yeah.
Very funny. I'm
It's
sorry,
not for them.
No, not for them. But when I get off the phone with that person, I go, "Guys, it happened again," and
We laugh behind their backs.
everyone laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs.
It just doesn't stop.
It does. It's literally it actually powers me through my entire day. But don't do that, even if for my own amusement, because that sucks.
Yeah.
When you do.
I don't want you to actually.
Why is his head like that?
I don't know.
Just flat head.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
getting
You're
completely
getting
off track.
lost. You're losing the plot.
Yeah, I've completely lost the plot. But the
Yeah.
point being is, if you're just getting started, you're going to want to get the upper platen cover. You're going to want to get the alignment ruler set, and obviously you're going to need a heat press.
Yeah.
But beyond that, that is what you need. That is kind of the bare bones. If I talk to anybody and they say, "I'm just starting out, what should I get?" It's those three things:
Yeah.
heat press, alignment set. This right here.
Yeah, and I will say, you can use all of these things if you're using a Cricut or an iron.
Of course.
So,
Yeah.
The only reason, the best part about this thing with a heat press is we have the magnets on there. We sell sizes that can accommodate essentially any size heat press. But if you're ever just doing if you're laying a shirt on the ground, you're just going to use a Cricut or iron. Obviously, you can still use the alignment set to line up your transfer, and we have sizes for each type of garment in there. We have the adult, there's toddler in there,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
infant. We cover everything.
Any size shirt that you're doing.
Somebody has a question about the upper or the silicone protector. They said,
Mhm.
do you guys mentioned that we have to increase the heat of it to explain that
Yes.
again?
So when it comes to that's the one thing that's probably the most important aspect when you're using the silicone, because the silicone is strong and it absorbs about 20% of the heat. So let's say your heat press is set to 310, you're really pressing your garment at about 290. Now 290 might work for super thin material like nylon or polyester, but if you're pressing on 100% cotton or anything really in between, especially if you're doing like a satin or a denim or any other type of weirder fabric, 290 is not going to cut it. So what we always recommend is going up at least 20 degrees. But the great thing about the silicone is it's going to prevent scorch marks no matter really how hot you get. Now, I haven't pressed anything at 400 degrees with this thing.
And I don't think I ever would.
So I probably never will. But as you saw last week on our show, we were doing 350. And the cotton and the denim didn't scorch.
Held up
And we were
beautifully.
using this. So you can go higher if you want just to play it safe so you don't have to keep, going up by small increments. We always suggest going up by 15-degree increments. That's usually a pretty safe zone or a pretty good, happy medium. So yeah, if you typically press it like 310 to 315, bump it up to about like 330, and then just go from there. And if 330 isn't cutting it, go to 350. Usually that works for everything. And like I said, if you're using silicone, you will not scorch your garments. And that's really the beauty of it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's kind of a foolproof thing.
Yeah,
and it speeds up everything because it just makes it. You don't have to constantly put down a piece of parchment paper or something else to cover it. You can kind of just put it on the heat press with the magnets and forget about it.
Yeah, and it lasts for a long time.
Yeah,
so
and
you
then
don't
you
have to
could
worry about
wash it
switching
too.
it out.
If it starts getting brown on one side, you can wash it and then it's fine. You don't even need to worry about it.
We have a question from TikTok. How many washes will the transfer survive on a 100% cotton t-shirt?
A million,
I'm
probably.
glad that they asked that, right?
No, but it's how many?
We're Intertech certified.
We are Intertech certified.
Intertech certified. They probably don't know what that means, but that means that we're certified 100 plus wash durability. So we literally had a lab, a bunch of washing machine scientists tested our DTF transfers.
Bunch of washing machine nerds.
Yeah, a bunch of nerds
tested
our transfers, and they found that it lasted. Because we were telling people, we're like, dude, this lasts forever. But they're like, we don't believe you. They're like, where's the paperwork, dude? And we're like, check this out. We have Intertech.
All right, dork.
Yeah.
Settle down.
I know. Bunch of hall monitors on my ass. But at the end of the day, we actually went and sent it to the lab and we got tested, and they do last 100 plus washes. And you can even see comparisons on our website. There's really, you can barely tell the difference.
Yeah.
If you would have just told me it's the same picture, I would have believed you.
Yeah. I mean, I have that. I have like a shirt probably that I wear once a week.
I wear this shirt. I wear this shirt.
I wear this shirt all the time. This shirt I've had since like 2023.
2 years.
And I wear it all the time, and it looks fantastic.
It looks better than ever.
It looks
better. It looks better. I know. It ages well.
Just like me.
I know.
What can I say?
I know. It's got it, dude. Put it here, man.
Dude, right here, man. It's
I
great to be here
can't
with
believe
you.
it. Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
And a reminder. Yeah, I thought you falling asleep.
Yeah.
A reminder. $25 Ninja Transfers gift card. 3 lucky winners. DM us that you kicked it with the Ninja.
Tell Ryan he's aging well.
Tell me I'm aging well.
Really well.
My,
I mean, he is. Dude, look at
my birthday is it's coming up. It's
How
not
old are you
right
turning?
around the corner.
How are you turning?
27.
27.
27. Big year.
That's a good year. That's a
That's where
good year.
shit really just. I mean, it's already been downhill.
Yeah. No, it's mostly after college.
Yeah.
After college.
Well, honestly, ever since I turned 12, things
Yeah.
have just been tough. It's just real tough.
Ever since I saw the lights of the hospital bed.
I was just like, you gotta be kidding me.
Questions.
All right.
We have questions.
About what?
They're structuring me.
What could you possibly want to know about?
We needed that. We needed structure again.
Speaking of washing, someone asked, do we really need to wait 24 to 48 hours after pressing for the first machine wash?
Not necessarily. You don't need to. We always recommend it just to play it safe. Like if you were really trying to play it safe, sure, wait 24 hours. If you're kind of in a pinch, it's not going to kill you. Really, the main thing to worry about. Did they mention 100% cotton? Is that what they asked?
They said just with clothing.
Okay. So this kind of applies for anything anyway. But really what it comes down to when you wash, like if you see like wrinkling or peeling, a lot of that comes from like how you pressed it. So if you just press it once, peel it, and then throw it in the wash, yeah, it's going to wrinkle. It's not going to look great. That second press is what really gets it into the fabric. And that's when, like, especially if you're doing a cotton tee or, anything that shrinks, that's what really prevents the wrinkling, because the wrinkling comes from the shirt shrinking without the DTF shrinking with it. Kind of. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Does that make sense, Ryan?
It makes perfect sense.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have more questions.
Yeah. We actually have someone who's a customer. Their transfers are arriving today. They're very excited, but they're worried is that the transfer is going to leave obvious. It's going to feel like an obvious paper-like design. What's the finish like? Does it blend into the cotton, or is it obviously not?
Yes.
Let's get a close up, dude.
All right.
Let's get a close up here.
Put it in the camera.
Right here.
Put it in the camera.
Right here. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a DTF transfer, 100% cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Get it for
Should've
TikTok
taken
as well. It's got a nice matte finish to it. It's not like a thick, heavy piece of garbage that you might find from other DTF providers or other transfers in general.
Yeah.
And the big part of that is, I mean, number one, just the quality of the materials that we're using, but also that second press.
Second press is key.
It's key.
Second press is key.
Because
And
I'll
now-
admit, if you press our transfer one time and you peel it, it's still going to look great, you know, but it is going to feel a little like it'll be smooth, but it'll have that shine to it that looks kind of like that vinyl or almost like, you know, what you expect from a transfer.
Yeah.
But when you hit it with that second press, it softens it up, pushes it further into the shirt. And honestly, like I'm walking around, and obviously this is a small design, but even I have that exact same shirt that you do with that kind of same design. Are you like noticing that transfer on your shirt at all?
No. I will say the other part of that does come down to artwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you just have just take a look here. So if there's a background on this, yeah, I probably would feel it.
Yeah, it was just a rectangle of ink.
Exactly. If it was just a full rectangle of, you know, a design, yeah, it's probably going to feel kind of heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you add negative space or color knockout to your design, it's going to feel better. Like you probably can't even tell with that design that he has on there, but the face and everything, we knocked all that color out.
That's another key. Yeah, it's just having that negative
there's
space.
a lot of other negative space within that design where we knocked out some color just so that it feels better. It's not as mandatory when you're doing it on the left chest because it's a smaller design, but if you are doing a full front design, you want to knock out space or knock out color wherever you can. You know? Especially if you're pressing on a black shirt, knock out all the black in that.
Yeah, and
there's no need for it.
Obviously, being comfortable is one thing.
Yeah,
but also just the continuity of the design is key as well in terms of how it looks. Because if you've got a ton of black ink on a black shirt, that's not going to match.
Yeah, I
So
mean, you're
not
going to
only
notice it.
Not only are you sacrificing your comfort a little bit, it also doesn't look as good as if you just let that black come through or that background color come through. Because you can't match ink to a fabric like that.
No.
So
yeah, so that's
it's
really
not worth it.
So yeah, I mean the answer is kind of twofold. It's one, you got to do two presses when you press it, and then the second part is, well, really kind of the first part is you want to make sure your artwork is really suitable for it, and obviously high resolution that also helps. But really, the color knockout is what's going to have or help it feel just a little lighter, even though our transfers are lightweight.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of goes with anything. It doesn't matter what type of decoration method you're going with. If you're screen printing a rectangle on the front of your shirt, it would feel heavy.
Yep.
You know, doesn't really matter. Do color knockout. That's if you take anything away from this live, just knock out some goddamn color.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Do we have any more? I think we have more supplies we got to talk about.
We do.
Yeah.
We
Let's see what
do.
else we got here, dude.
Oh.
Dude, we forgot one.
We covered the top. Now it's time to get to the bottom of it, dude.
Dude, that was good.
Thank you.
So yeah, so
Thank
this is this kind of pairs nicely with our silicone. Now the silicone cover is meant for the top where the heat comes from. This is our lower platen cover. As you can see on the back here, you kind of just like, put it onto your lower platen, real nice and snug. Just like our silicone, we have three different sizes, I think. 3 different sizes that can accommodate essentially every size heat press. And really the great thing about this thing is, I don't know if you guys can tell here, but it's kind of like this matte fabric. It's not that, like, we used to use this lower platen cover that was kind of shiny and slick, and you would find that your transfers kind of slipped, or not your transfers, your garments kind of slipped off a little bit.
Yeah, can't have
With
that.
this, there's no slippage. There's no slippage, Ryan. You can't slip on that.
See, it's nice because there's no slippage, but it's also, if I want to pull it off, it's not going to get.
Glides.
It's going to
slide.
glide nice.
Yeah.
Glides doesn't slide.
You like that?
Glides
I just thought of that.
doesn't slide. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
I didn't. Yeah.
I really enjoy that
I'm
because
good at what
it's
I do,
true,
right?
and that's
Yeah,
really
same.
that's the crux of the issue.
Mm-hmm. No one wants sliding.
No.
If you're gliding, dude.
I'd much rather glide than
I
slide.
love gliding. Dude. I love gliding.
Oh my god,
I love gliding.
dude!
But
I'm right there
sliding,
with
it's
you.
like,
See, gliding, you're under control. Sliding, you're all over the place.
sliding is like you slide, slip on a banana.
Yeah.
Gliding, dude, you're just rollerblading down,
You're gliding.
listening to some
You're like Madre Nietzsche.
listen to
all,
some
dude.
like
The open
Bobby
eyes.
Caldwell or something. Just get into the soul.
I was listening to Bobby Caldwell this weekend,
Dude,
dude.
I was listening to Bobby Caldwell this morning on my way in.
Yeah, I'm out on the golf course. A little Bobby Caldwell.
Amazing.
And I'm just kind of swaying, and they're like, "Are you gonna hit?" I'm like, "I forgot where I was. I was
You
gliding.
were caught up in.
I was caught up in the music.
soul.
Yeah,
All right, but back to the matter at hand.
Oh, yeah.
So your stuff won't slide off. That's huge. Also, another big thing is when you're using those shiny, lower platen covers. Say you're doing a front and a back, right? Say you're doing like a full front with like a neck tag on the back. When you flip that around and you have a shiny base that you're going to have to press the back on, it's going to re-shine your design. I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's terrible.
It's awful. No one wants a shiny design. Everyone wants a matte finish. This is going to make sure that happens every single time. And that's probably like the most basic use case is when you're pressing full front with a neck tag or like a left chest and a full back, something like that. And when you press the back and you flip it back over and it's on this, and then you have to press your left chest.
Nice.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't know why I'm apologizing to you, dude.
Yeah, dude, you just
I
gotta.
don't care about you.
No.
About them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you should be apologizing for that.
No, I'm sorry. That was so stupid. You're not going to reshine your design when you do this. That's really the big thing.
Yeah.
Glide, not slide, and don't reshine. That didn't rhyme as well.
It didn't, but that's fine. It doesn't have to rhyme. It just has to work.
I know. It has to get the people going.
It has to get the
It has
people
to be
going.
provocative. It has to be.
I'm
provocative.
tuned up right now.
I can tell.
I'm tuned up.
I can tell. You're thinking about Bobby Caldwell. You're thinking about glide, not slide. Maybe you should hit some acapella.
Dude, we could.
Yeah.
We
Maybe
could.
next time.
Maybe next time. We got to do a proper vocal warm up beforehand.
Yeah, no, that is true. You do have to hit
True.
it.
Yeah, otherwise,
I wouldn't do that to you.
otherwise the bottom just falls out.
I wouldn't do that to you. And I think that's all the supplies we got here, guys. I think that's but at the end of the day, I guess to put a bow on it, all this stuff is going to just make your life easier when you're pressing transfers. We wouldn't sell it, and more importantly, we wouldn't use it in-house if we didn't actually think it works.
Yeah.
Right? Like everything that we sell on the website, from obviously our transfers, the heat presses, this stuff, we all use in-house to help ourselves when we're pressing.
Mhm.
It helps our production, helps us when we're just pressing stuff to showcase through marketing or through social media. All this stuff is just, again, it's to help you guys, to make your life easier, and really to just avoid, the common mishaps that we had to deal with at the beginning. Before we developed all this stuff, we were like, why is every single one of my shirts just sliding off? Why isn't it gliding off?
Dude.
Why is it sliding but not gliding?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of sleepless nights.
I know. Why is my transfer crooked? I could use a ruler, but then we going to put a wooden ruler on? No.
How am I supposed to have that? No. Bang, have that
Yeah,
right there.
exactly. Why is the transfers falling off my head every time I put on a hat press? Maybe I should tape it on.
Why are my shirts catching on fire constantly?
Why is my house burning? I didn't do anything wrong.
I
I'm
need a
just following the
silicone
heat
platen
press.
cover.
I know, exactly. Why is my shirt brown after I press it? Why is it scorching?
Yeah.
Probably because you're not using silicone, dude.
You're not protecting
I know.
the garment.
I know. So, yeah, that's it. We're just trying to help you guys out. And don't forget to message us after the show.
Yeah, messages.
Because that's $25. Like, this is what this stuff is. Like, $25 can get you a few
You get
of
a
those.
couple of these things
A few of
here.
them.
You just upgraded your operation.
I know. You just stepped up your transfer game.
Yeah.
And seriously, who wants to be a rookie?
Not me,
who wants
dude.
who wants to do anything half-assed?
Nobody.
No half
I don't
measures,
think.
right? It's
No
full
half-
measures.
Burn the boats.
Yes, full measures all the time. Why do something half-assed?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I know.
All right.
I think that might do it for us today.
Ryan?
I think this is a strong episode.
It's a strong episode.
Not as many
Informative.
questions as last time,
Yeah.
but I think me and you, I think we're figuring this out.
We're figuring this thing out.
I do.
We're getting there. I think that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
And you
Dude,
guys, thank you for
That
tuning
glided right along, dude.
in. Yeah.
It didn't slide like the first episode. It glided. It was really nice.
I'm
It was really
pleased.
nice. Don't forget, message us, DM us. You kicked it with the ninjas. Tell Ryan he looks good. I don't even care what you say about me, to be honest. I care more
He
about him.
cares. He
I
cares.
do.
He
I
cares.
do.
He tried. Forget it.
I'm
Let's
putting it
end
up
the
front.
stream now.
I'm putting it up front. I'm putting it up front. I'm super insecure. No, I'm just kidding.
Aren't we all? Right? Who among us?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see you guys next time. DM us.